Hey guys, let's take a couple minutes and talk about a really cool lock that was just sent to me. Jdjojoda Jim sent this to me, and it is a Millenco Magnum. Now let's first take a look at the lock. We got the anti-snap cuts in the bar here. We have discs on the bottom to prevent drilling, so you can't drill this portion of the reinforced backbone out. So it's got some really cool things in it. It is a dimple lock, but before we look at the key, I want to show you something on the lock itself, and I hope you can make this out. You'll actually see impression from the manufacturing of where the pins went in. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side and 3 on this side. So we have 2 rows, total of 7 pins. Now because they're actually in 2 rows and they all come down to one pivot point, it's kind of like a V8 or a V6 engine. Some of these pins are going to be at an angle like this, so we have to pick them. And then of course the other side is at an angle slightly offset at an angle like that, and we have to pick them from the right side. Okay, so we have 7 pins to deal with, and they're a little bit odd. Let's next take a look at the key. Well, first let's show you it does work. Jim wouldn't send me a lock that doesn't work, I don't think. Come on out of there, you devil. There we go. Alright, let's look at the key. Now, let me get a background here so it'll be just a little bit easier. Now here are the 7 pins that we have to deal with, and you can see they're offset. So we have the total of 7 pins, and then you'll notice we have this little laser track here. And that's because inside of there are 4 sliders, kind of like the EVA 3KS. So as the key enters the sliders, this funnel collects them and then aligns them all to different depths, and then that deactivates the sidebar and allows you to turn the key. Now I got to tell you, I was intimidated by this lock, but I have picked it a couple of times, and let me show you some tools I'm going to use first. The first thing, I think you guys have seen this before. This is just a broken pick that I put a little bend in there. I'm going to kind of use that to try to rake it, because I believe that there's probably some standard pins in there. So maybe we can set 1 or 2 of those and reduce our pick time. The next thing, in order to pick, I'm going to use a double end. This is a quick pick, and I hope you can make this out, if I can get that to focus. So there we have offset a flag on the left side, and then if I turn it over, you'll see a flag on the right side. And that's because those pins are, they're in that V shape, so we got to pick both sides. So we're going to use this tool to pick those. So having them on the end of a quick pick is really a handy thing. I don't have to keep shifting tools. The last tool that I'm going to have to show you, it's not really a pick. This also was a broken pick, and I ground it down real thin. And the reason I did that is because I need a tool to manipulate the sliders. So when I pull this out, I'll point it out to you and tell you exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, because I think these locks are a lot easier than we've all been led to believe. So give me a couple minutes. I'm going to get the clamp out, clamp this thing down so you can get a good view, and then we'll pick it. So hold on just a sec. Alright, I think that's going to hold. We're just going to use a regular tension wrench. I'm just going to stick it right here inside. Make sure we're not pinching along the outer body. Now the first thing I'll do is I'll take this weird looking little bent thing and just see if I can't rake in there. Just see if I can't get, like, I don't know, fault set of some kind. Just trying to reduce our pick time just a little bit. And I guess that'll do. Alright, now we have to go down both sides. It's like picking 2 locks, 1 3-pin lock and 1 4-pin lock. So I'm just going to move down the side. And I'll move to the right. I'm just looking for the binding pin and just giving it a little touch, because these pins are a little short, I've discovered, and they don't take a whole lot. And you can feel just a little bit of feedback in the tension wrench as they click into place. And I think we got them. As I said, it's not rocket science. It does have a couple of security pins, but I think all the rest of them are standards. Alright, I think we got it. Alright, now I'm going to use this needle-like tool, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to slide it down the side because the sliders are arrayed on the top. So I'm just going to put this in the top and then just turn it like a key, and I'm going to move those little sliders. Just jiggle them, let them slide back, and I'll do that a couple of times. And you should feel, and I may not have them all picked yet, because you should feel a couple of clicks as they lock into place. And if you don't, simply take your little needle pick and put it on the right of the sliders and just push them back. Push them back to the left and then try it again. I may not have them all. Okay, let's try that again. I got one little click out of it. Let's try to move those sliders now, see if we get something out of it. Okay, I got a little click in my tension wrench that time. Let me push them back. Maybe it's not quite lining those little babies up. By the way, even though this is an Israeli lock, Alex Blate pointed out that it is made in China. That's what got me thinking about maybe precision is not its strong point in terms of tight tolerances. And there we go. Alright, open. Well, fellas, a Millenco Magnum is not all as hard as what I thought it was going to be. You can generally get it with a little bit of raking and then clean up the pins with just your little offset, and then just jiggle those 4 sliders and just jiggle them back and forth, and they will work themselves into place and deactivate that sidebar. So anyway, thanks for your time, everybody. Stay safe and stay legal.